So he's like the person, like, he preached openly, like, about everything.
Yes, he's the last messenger.
So, who is Muhammad to you then? Like, just a messenger? Or?
A messenger. He was born from a man and woman. He died at age 63. He was a messenger. Yeah.
But I don't believe Jesus was a Muslim though, because...
What was he then? Was he a Christian?
He was a Jew. He was a Gentile, so he grew up. That's why it was Jesus Christ of Nazareth, so he grew up in Nazareth. Okay. I don't think he was a Muslim though. But you see with Muhammad, he's not on him like you guys say, didn't he... So you feel... Okay, so let me get my... I'm trying to use wisdom. So was Muhammad sinless then?
Before that, I'll come to that.
Yeah.
When you say Jesus was a Jew, do you mean he was a Jew by religion, by faith, or do you mean he was a Jew by tribe?
Yeah, by tribe. Yeah.
So tribal?
Yeah.
Okay. So what was it?
He came to do one thing, which was share the gospel. Because he came as a physical being, because Moses didn't make it, because Abraham didn't make it to the promised land. So God had to physically come himself as Jesus. That's why he used Virgin Mary, as in she had a baby by the Holy Spirit, basically.
So God was a baby?
Physical form, yeah. The Trinity, that's why it's the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. God cannot physically, he cannot spiritually come down because you won't see him. So he had to physically come down because no one would listen to him. So he had to.
Had to?
Because who else would have preached?
When you say he had to?
Yeah, so he came down as a physical form, as Jesus.
So, for example, when Abraham came, or when Moses came, and they taught their message, those people, could they be saved or not saved?
They could be saved, but the Israelites were too ignorant.
So none of them were saved?
They were saved. They were saved eventually, but they were too ignorant in the beginning. They didn't obey God.
Because you said that God had to come down.
Yeah, because Moses didn't make it to fulfill the purpose and the promise. Because Jesus came to eliminate all religion in general. He wanted you to have a personal relationship with him. So in the New Testament, the Old Testament, it talks about they had to make sacrifices in order to be forgiven. But now we could come before God wholeheartedly, humble ourselves, pray and seek his face and ask for forgiveness. We don't have to sacrifice any animals to be forgiven, if you get what I mean. So that's why Jesus had to come down. We're saved by grace, not by law anymore.
Okay.
That's right.
So Jesus, when you say Jesus had to come down, or God had to come down as Jesus and die for us.
Yeah.
Just a simple question. Did Jesus have a God?
It's a Trinity, so it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
No, not Trinity. Did Jesus have a God?
Jesus is God.
Did he have a God?
But Jesus is God, so...
Okay, but did he have a God as well?
But Jesus is God, so I don't get where the question is.
So you say he didn't have a God?
Jesus is God, so he is God himself.
Okay, so for us, God doesn't have a God. But for us...
So you don't have a God?
No, God doesn't have a God.
Your God doesn't have a God?
No. Because he is God. God is one and alone.
Yeah. There's none like him.
So, but according to you, Jesus did have a God.
No, Jesus is God.
So when he said, Ilahi, Ilahi, lima sabaqtani, oh my God, in Aramaic, oh my God, why have you forsaken me? Who was Jesus calling upon?
He's a flesh. That's what I'm saying. He came back, he's a flesh. So obviously, if I'm now saying, you know how it says in the New Testament that as Christ lives in us, we are now basically imitators of Christ. So I can say, oh my God, but I'm not God. I'm not God. But he came out as a physical form. But he's still flesh. He's still flesh.
So who did he pray to? Jesus.
To God, but obviously because he's praying in his flesh. I understand where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. I'm saying because he's praying in his flesh. So obviously he's like, oh my God, why have you forsaken me? Forgive those that don't know what they're doing.
So Jesus did have a God.
Jesus is God in the Trinity. So when he died, he was seen at the right hand of God because it's a Trinity. It comes in
you know my point.
No, I understand your point. I understand your point.
You're saying Jesus is God, and he had a God.
Jesus is God, yeah.
And he had a God.
It's a Trinity, so...
He prayed to God.
Yeah.
And God sent... He prayed to God and God sent him.
He is God, yeah. But he doesn't have a choice to come down. He came down as a physical form to complete the purpose that needed to be done. But I just want to understand how Jesus was a Muslim. Like, where did you get that from? Like,
okay, because Islam, it means submission. Jesus worship God.
Well, okay, so why don't you believe that he is the Son of God?
Because, for example, I have a son. I'm human. Therefore, my son is human.
So you're basing it on the fleshly, not the spiritual.
The thing is, words have meaning, isn't it?
Yeah.
Words have meaning. I'm created by God. I'm His creation. But when you say son is a relationship. So if you're saying that God had a son, surely...
Sorry.
No problem.
Hello? Are you guys sleeping? Oh, alright then. I'm so sorry, we're wrapping up.
No problem.
Thank you so much for answering my questions, though.
But just think about it. Jesus had a God. He worshipped a God.
You think about it as well, the Trinity. Jesus is the Son of God and Jesus is God.
Thank you very much for your time.